What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and let's welcome you back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be looking at Lucario-GX. Is it making a comeback? It is a pretty good card in its current format if you think about it. Fighting is a pretty good counter to Pika-Rom, which is pretty much one of the best decks, if not the best deck out there. And it also is a counter to Zoroark, which again, top tier deck, right? So if you're one hit KOing the two top tier Pokemon, then you are definitely going to have a place in the format. So I've seen this card being played with Zoroark Lycanroc as like a one-off tech to help deal with Pika-Rom, but I thought we'd explore this a bit more differently, considering the type of channel that this is. Of course, we don't like playing any crazy meta decks. We like just exploring our own little concepts, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So we have made a list, or I have made a list, should I say, with the advice of Spook. His name is over on Discord. So he was the one actually not introduced the idea to me, but at the time he showed off a list that he made, which was a Lucario Buzzwole list. And then I messaged him today about it, basically saying, okay, I'm thinking about, bringing your list up, any thoughts, yada, 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 yada. And he was like, well, he doesn't really recommend playing Buzzwole with it because both Lucario and Buzzwole are weak to Psychic, which is not a good thing. So I thought, okay, if that's the case, and if we don't want to go down the Zoroark route, why not partner Lucario with Lycanroc, which has happened before. When Lucario came out, people did partner it with Lycanroc. But we've got, of course, we've got up to date. We've got Absol here to counter to Jirachi. I thought we might as well play a Pidgeotto, which I thought would be a cool thing to do, because I've noticed there's a lot of people who don't really have the ability of using a Jirachi and are playing Pidgeotto in its place. So I thought I'd represent that well in this video. God, for someone who's English, you think I could speak English? But anyway, I wanted to use Pidgeotto to represent in this. That was cringy. In this video, just for those who don't have Jirachi. But yeah, with that said, let's get into this and see how it turns out. It's a pretty funky deck. It's got its own little stuff going on. We played the likes of like Kukui and stuff to help with damage output, if I'm correct. And we also, as I said, we played the Absol to help with Jirachi, which is the first time I think I'm playing it on this channel. We've got Muck in here as well, just because we can. I mean, anything to help disrupt is also good. So if we don't have the Absol out, then the Muck can help. And in that case, we can shut down Jirachi. We can also shut down things like a Ranguru, Lele's obviously. Those things can be shut down with Muck, so it's always great to just throw it in the deck if we have it, because we are going to be using Ditto Prism Star anyway. It's an evolution deck, so Ditto Prism Star is great. So a Muck is pretty much a no-brainer in my opinion in this type of deck. So thought I'd throw it in, see how it works, and hopefully it works out well. Right, we are playing Tate and Liza rather than Lilies, although we do play one Lily for a potential turn one. Mainly for switch options, we don't play any switches in this deck. We are only playing escape boards because we have Lele, which is one retreat, we have Absol, which is one retreat, and we have Pidgeotto, which is also one retreat. So it seems like escape board would be the best thing to do. So Tate and Liza is just to give some extra switch options if we need it. So that's why we're playing Tate and Liza. Plus with Pidgeotto, it's effectively shuffle draw 6 using the Pidgeotto card, right? So it's a bit easier for us to work with that. And also this deck tends to build quite a big hand sometimes, so it's I'd say it's better to go for Tate and Liza than it is for Lily, or play extra Ericas. I only have 2, so I'm only playing 2. So that's kind of where my head is at right now. So this is a pretty decent start. I mean, the hand we have right now is not that good. And we're playing against, it says Gramble with a Pidgeotto. How does that work? That's interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. I've never seen it played with Pidgeotto, so I don't know how it's meant to function. I know obviously how it's meant to function with a Ranguru, but Pidgeotto? That's interesting. That's very interesting. So I'm very intrigued to see how this one plays out. So, what's the difference between this one? Discard up to 2 training cards from your hand and set 20 damage each. Discard this in this way. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see. Well, I guess that kind of works, right? But Pidgeotto, that's new. Obviously, I'd say they're definitely going to get Macargo out. I guess that Pidgeotto is just in case their engine is clogged, right? So let's say if they have 4 cards in their hand, they can at least guarantee a draw into something rather than them sitting there with no cards to thin down, which is quite rare. But sitting there with no cards to thin down and no Ranguru to play, I guess it works like that. I guess that makes sense. Pokeball, wow. I ain't seen that card be played in a long time, I'll tell you that. Well, ever, almost, actually. I don't think I've ever seen it. I guess it's time for new things, eh? I'm just worried about our hand, to be honest with you. A Kukui is not good. So, unless we draw into something extremely valuable here. I mean, this deck's pretty good at doing what Buzzwell Lycanroc did back in the day. I mean, although Buzz Lycanroc is still a thing. It's pretty good at, you know, picking out targets and taking them out. So, you know, I think we're going to try and do that here, actually. If everything goes south, we're going to go for a surprise attack. Which it did, so we had to go for a surprise attack. Yikes. Okay. Oof. Hit heads, please. Ah. Oh, that's bad. That is so bad. Good thing is this is effectively a 1 energy attacking deck. Yes, we have to do extra energy attachments to use the other attacks that Lucario has and to also use Lycanroc's attack. But we do play counter gain in here, so we can utilize that for a single energy dangerous rogue GX. So there are options of one energy attacks. So I'm not too worried about going down in energy here, considering that, well, I'm assuming that this guy is going to finish his hand down this turn, at least guaranteed. But taking out the Macargo is like the big thing. So first things first is we're going to prioritize taking out Macargo, because that's what's going to make this deck right here function, and we need to stop that. So yeah, the way to beat Granbull is not KO the Granbulls. It is KO the things they're using to make Granbull powerful. Otherwise, Granbull will just be hitting 30 damage. Right, so there's a Pidgeotto. So I'm assuming they're going to top deck themselves an energy, unless they have energy in hand, which is good. If not, then we have a chance. So fingers crossed. It's always tough playing against Granbull because you really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you know what they're trying to do, but it's really hard to tell all the time. So if they get an energy and they don't have a thinnable card in their hand, then that's going to be so good. So fingers crossed they don't have a thinnable card. Okay, that's a good sign. No, they got the energy. God damn it. All right. Yikes. No, not good, not good, not good. Okay, we need a 3-card combo here. We need an energy, a Lucario-GX, and a Lycanroc-GX. That's what we need. Energy, good. Starting it off. Let's thin our deck down. Add another Ryulu on the bench. This is a bit weird, but we're going to throw the Escape Board on Diancie just to thin even more. We need just a Lucario-GX and a Lycanroc-GX. We play Ultra Ball. We have ways of doing this. Ooh! No! That's bad. That is so bad. Okay, I don't think Absol is going to do anything good here, if I'm going to be honest. So getting a Muck would be good, but the thing is, they got Pidgeotto, not a Ranguru. Think. We'll bench a Pidgey. We'll do Pidgey. At least we get to take this out, so that's kind of cool. But they are definitely going to thin their hand down again and get a nice chunk on this bad boy. But, I mean, we can use Lucario's GX attack. That's always an option, so that's something we can do. If they hit 160 on us. But at that point, it's kind of scary because things get a bit awkward with the energy. Because we can't use, after that, we can't use counter gain for a... Well, we could Ace a Roller, actually. It's literally right in our hand. We have an Ace of Roller play right there, so we could make an Ace of Roller play, which would also be pretty good. If we top deck an Ultra Ball, that'd be even better. Oh, they gotta do the judge. You gotta do that. Why, man? Why are you gonna do that? Oh, come on. Yikes. Ooh, no Ace of Roller play today, buddy. Unless we top deck it, which I doubt. So, ooh, that's kind of tough. That is kind of tough. Right. So I'm just trying to think to myself. Okay, so they got the energy. Did they have a thinnable card? Did they have like a mysterious treasure or something? Choice band. Oh, 190. I don't think they have it yet. They need Kukui. But if they need Kukui, they're drawing 2 cards, which is kind of counterproductive, right? Or are they playing Kukui? Because I guess Kukui's only draw 2 cards, which shouldn't be a problem to thin away. There's so much you've got to think about in this deck. Yay! Or they're playing something that's about thinning, yeah, because they ain't going to do the 190 otherwise. So, that makes sense. So, I mean, we can dangerous road. So, we can go for the continuous beatdown, but that just feels rough, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's see if we get the Acerola play. Like, that would be the play. Oh, we don't. Ah, yikes. Okay. Okay, let's Field Blower. Let's go for you. And we don't need you anymore either. So we could attach energy, and I think we're going to Cynthia. I'm confident we'll hit an energy. So I think Cynthia is okay. But if we GX, we can't use Dangerous Rogue, which is going to be really good. Cynthia. Come on. Alright, we don't even... Ah, there's the Acerola. Such bad timing. Right. I honestly think the best play right now is to attach to this Rockruff. Because we can one-shot these things with the basic Lycanroc attack. And we can also Dangerous Rogue. So that's like follow-up attacks. And they cannot hit 200 damage. From what I can see so far. So, letting this Lucario go down could be the best thing. Which doesn't feel right. So I think we are just going to do the 50 damage here. Even though that feels really bad. Because we just need to prioritize the later part of the game. Oh, missing that Acerola. That judge, man. That judge. That was something. That was something. Missing that Acerola was definitely problematic. I'll tell you that for sure. Definitely problematic. But, sometimes that happens, buddy. Sometimes that's going to happen. Yeah, so next step is pretty much to get Lycanroc-GX out and just start smashing with that. And just be ahead of the energy attachments race in, well, against ourselves, really. This is the problem with the deck that you can come up with is sometimes energy is a bit awkward. Maybe playing an EXP share instead of counter gain could be better because at least you could utilize things differently. Whereas counter gain is like, okay, if you're behind, you don't have to use one more energy. Whereas the EXP share is like you get the energy that's in play and you get an extra energy attachment, which would work probably better with Lycanroc because you play DCE, right? Or we play DCE, so it's all up there. It's all up there. Okay, so getting the Macargo now is like critical, so we're going to do that. That's for certain. So let's get this DCE down. We'll get the Ditto down, and we'll get the Lele, and we're going to Cynthia and then Pidgeotto. That's what we're going to do. Well, the bench is, yeah, Cynthia's the best card to play right now. Because we'll draw 4. Technically, we'd see more cards, but we just really want to get Lycanroc. Oh, we do. Oh, we get the Lycanroc. Ah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's bring you up. We're going to get Macargo. Like, Macargo's definitely what we're taking down here because they are not going to be able to thin their hand down, if I'm thinking correctly, this turn. So that's just what I'm thinking. All right, let's throw counter gain on there in case we need another Lycanroc to play. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, just for that reason, just for the sake of thinning. And ooh, I think I'm gonna go for an energy here because we could have a Dangerous Rogue GX if they find a way to take this down next turn, which I doubt. But hey, we always got to be careful. So yeah, hitting a raw 130 damage is really good. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now, odds are they are going to probably play Dumbbells, which I know this deck plays. At that point, it's a bit of the sticky situation. But we'd have to try and find our way around it through Guzmas or whatever. But taking out the Macargo is, well, Guzmas or using Lycanroc. Yeah, taking out the Macargo is definitely the right thing to do. Because we've pretty much jammed their engine. And that's really good news. So, it's a bit of a shame that they took out our Lucario-GX with like a 30 damage all out. It's like, always feel bad. Oh, you're going to put that Macargo... Oh, no, we're going for another Lycanroc. We are not having that Slugma in play. That ain't happening, buddy. That ain't happening. Wait, did they throw the Slugma and Macargo back? Okay, well, I think they did. I knew they threw Macargo down, but I don't know about Slugma. They just dropped a Cynthia. Okay. I guess they're prioritizing the thinning here. Okay, yeah, they're definitely prioritizing the thinning. All right, that's fair. They found their own way to do it by the looks of it. I'm assuming the card they currently have is playable. right? Tantalizer for the switch. Okay, yeah, there we are. So they found their way through it, which is a bit of a shame. But I think what we do now is we aim for the Pidgeotto. Is it a Pidgeotto? Pidgeotto, yeah. I think that's what we do. We could Acerola into a Lucario. That is better. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, what are we building this deck for, right? Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. In before I don't have a Lucario in deck. Oh, I do. Good stuff. Good stuff. No, not Ryulu. There we go. Not another misclick. No, I'm not misclicking anymore. Let's Acerola the Lycanroc. And we will pick out the Pidgeotto there. With this. So let's go. Let's go. Alrighty. And we still have our GX attack available. So that's good news. Let's evolve that Lycanroc there. And let's bring out the Pidgeotto. So we should theoretically cause a ton of problems for them. Alright, so that is really good. Brooklet Hill was perfect actually, because we can stop them from using Viridian Forest to discard the top card they draw. So yeah, bye-bye Viridian Forest. I know that's really going to help them. So that was perfect. Alright, so bye-bye Pidgeotto. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. You were relying on that Viridian Forest. That's kind of good. Viridian Forest is really good in this deck, actually. Fishes out energy, discards from the hand. Come on, what more do you want? Hopefully they don't top deck just a playable card. And if they do, we're just going to have to roll with it, man. We can try and hope for another Acerola. But I think we've used them all up. No. Maybe Power Pad would be a good shout in this deck. To reuse specific supporter card. Okay, they definitely got it, which is a shame. We could get another Lycanroc out and just take a KO on this for the time being, but that's not... No, we can't do that. Okay, at this point, do we use... No, we're going to have to let this Lucario go down again. We just put ourselves in the same predicament, unfortunately. We could take Eliza switch. We could do that. And we could... Well, we can't Dangerous Road because we're not behind. Well, we're definitely taking the Tate and Liza here. That's for certain. And we can get another Lycanroc, so we can at least force the Pidgey in the active, right? We can at least do that. Yeah, let's do that. I know we're not hitting the Pidgey for weakness, so we're not KOing it, which is so bad. But I think we just have to do this, which feels really rough, but that's just what we're doing. Let's get rid of the Muck and the Erica. The Tate and Liza could be more important. Lycanroc, out you come, buddy. Let's just stick that Pidgey in the active for now. Let's do that. Now, we could play a bit safe and Tate and Liza into our current Lycanroc, which actually seems like the play because they have to get a Guzma to get a KO. And that gives us another turn to go for Acerola to pick this up because I know we have one more left, right? We do have one more Acerola left. So I think the safer play is to promote... Well, actually, no. In that case, I think we should just promote the Pidgeotto because we can retreat it. So let's just throw the Pidgeotto in the active. Let's not be hasty. Keep our stuff safe for the time being and just hold it there. I think that's the play. I think that's what we had to do. And just fingers crossed they don't top deck a Guzma, which would be the worst thing ever. That would be horrible. And then we can take it from there. So they got a switch, so they are taking out the Pidgeotto, but it's good that that's the case because if we left the Lycanroc, so if we left the Lucario in the active, that would have been a no-no. That would have been a big no-no. Also, we can actually utilize its GX attack for at least a guaranteed KO at some point, so that's good. Although we don't want to do that. We do not want that thing alive. Yeah, we're going to Erica our way out of this. So we can... Oh, we only play one Lele. I was going to say we can get Lele for something at least, but no. Let's get Ryulu out and let's thin our deck down. Alright, so we can go for Claw Slash here. So, I mean, fair play to this guy. He is finding ways to thin his hand down without the engine, without the Macargo, without the Pidgeotto. Like, he's finding a way. So you gotta give him credit, right? Where credit is due. Now, we can do a Guzma play, but we do have to attach an energy to retreat, which is going to be a bit of a feel bad. So that's just where we're at, though. Right, so they're getting something down. So odds are they do have, again, just a chance to thin here. Because the deck plays so many thinnable cards, man. It's like, you don't have to have the engine. You can just get lucky. Like this. They can't retreat, though. Yeah! They can't retreat. All right, okay, this is a bit of a risky play, but this is like our chance. So we are definitely going to take out Black Ramble. Like, that's happening now. So, is it, though? Is it better that we take out the Gramble? Well, they could just send the card they top deck and then hit 190, which is not enough, and then we can win. But if they top deck like a Guzma or something, then that's a loss because they could just Guzma up the Lucario and take game. So I think the safe play to do is just to attach Energy Retreat with the Guzma play. I think that's just the safest way to go right now, if I'm going to be honest. Just take out the one with the energy, so at least they require more cards to be able to do what they need to do. Yeah, because they need to get an evolution and an energy with one top deck without shuffle draw. Like a Cynthia. So, yeah, we've definitely made it a bit harder for them. Definitely made it a bit harder. I wonder if Gramble was in the most recent tournament. If not, what has happened to it? I mean, it's a good deck. It's a really good deck. Yeah, we got the win. Yeah, let me know in the comments. I don't know, because I haven't actually been in touch too much with the tournament. The most recent one. I believe it's at the Oceanic? Oh, OCIC? I could be so wrong. I could be very wrong. So don't take my word for it. Never take my word for it. That's one thing we should learn nowadays. Never take my word for it. Let me show you the list. This is what I've got. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Again, if you want to play Jirachis, go ahead. I just wanted to try Pidgeotto out. And as I said, just representing it for those who don't have Jirachi. So you do have something you can just copy and paste straight into PTCGO and play yourself. I kind of like it so far. I'm really enjoying it. And it's a pretty consistent list. I mean, it's good as at obtaining what it needs to obtain. And I think, well, to be fair, I couldn't sing any more praise about it, but there are times where it does get a bit clunky. But I feel like its draw support account is pretty good, so it's quite rare that that happens. And I think I've considered everything that I need to consider for this deck. I know I've had a few problems recently, like the best example was my most recent video, the Necrozma, which has still received great support, so thank you so much. Even with the mistakes that I made, I genuinely appreciate it. It's crazy. It is. But with that deck, I forgot like things like Beast Energy, Beast Ring, Metal Frying Pan, and all these critical cards that just left my brain. So I really took a lot of time to really try and fine-tune this deck and include everything that I think needs to be included. That's my thought anyway. And you're probably wondering why Mysterious Treasure is just to get Lele. And I think I just forgot to take it out because I did have a Marshadow in here. So you can Marshadow in here if you want. I wanted to do that, but I replaced it with Absol just in case Jirachi, which is probably more likely to be a problem. Anyway, enough of me rambling. With that said, please do leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe for more. Feel free to check out any other videos on my channel if you did enjoy this one. But other than that, please, until tomorrow, do take care, and peace.